Yeah.
How long that was going on?
For some years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What made y'all?
Because now we had to fight 31st Street. So, 31st Street was already won. So it was like, in order for us to be deeper than them, we had to start coming together, So that's when we start coming together.
So what order did it flow in? Like, what order did y'all come together? Like, was it, because you said 31st Street was already
they was
together.
already 31st.
So
yeah.
How many other parts was it? You said Mountain,
Paris, Patton Drive, and like Mifflin Street.
What section you was from?
Paris Drive.
Paris Drive. So who led the charge in Unify? Was it Paris Drive or Mountain?
I can't.
Or was it all?
I think it was like all the collective thing because
Okay.
Same schools, we fought each other, like we really dealt with the same girls. It was just it just formed like that. It just came somehow. It just came together like that. You feel what I'm saying? And it came like that, and it just stayed like that. We all became homies, and then we all went to school together, and then I was the first one to get locked up out of them. I was always in trouble. Yeah, I did my whole juvenile life was in juvenile facilities. Oh. So I grew up more in the juvenile placement than I actually did in the neighborhood.
Okay. Growing up, and you from Tasker, right?
Yeah.
And you going to different schools. What other neighborhoods you had to face growing up? Or other projects in South Philly?
Well, Wilson was with us because, it wasn't really they ain't, Past Young had their own situation with Wilson. We had to fight like 24th Street and 27th Street across the tracks. Okay. We ain't really, they was the only two ones we had was across the tracks and 24th Street. And then it just came back around as we all started getting locked up, and then everybody naturally became cool. But it was just territorial. They went to our schools, we went to their schools.
And the reason why I asked that question, because you said you spend most of your time growing up in the juvenile system, right? Now, once you get in the juvenile system, the same people that you had problems with, that's like from 24th Street, 22nd Street.
They my dogs.
Once you get in there,
that's it. It was South Philly.
It's South Philly, right? Speak on that for me.
That's just the truth. I put that up. I posted that. Like, I mean, when you get in there, it's nothing like the streets. It's nothing like it, man. Like, for one, South Philly the smallest. So, it always been like that, even in our predecessor era. Like, when we came in there, it was like, I don't care what y'all had going on in the streets. Ain't none of that happening there. I don't care if he did something to your mom or your brother. Y'all can fight. But after the fight, we got to fight them. You understand what I'm saying? And then once you got past that and you realize, like, oh, snap, he really cut from the same cloth. Now that became your homie. Now when we hit the streets, you go on to 22nd Street, he coming to Tasker. And that's what broke them geographical boundaries. So once they pulled them down, and I was able to start seeing people for who they was and not where they was from, that's what took them off me early. I got them Jones taken off me early.
Yeah. So when you left the juvenile system, right? Did you come back out? And how long was you off for?
Never long. Couple months.
Couple months?
Yeah. Always a couple months.
Each time you came out and went back in, you seen any difference in the neighborhood?
Yeah, every time. It's just, I think what it was more so like the people who the people respected started getting killed or going to jail. And because I think they start, what happens is now that I'm older and I'm able to see it, I think like those people who really had the power in the streets, they never realized the power that they really had, and it wasn't for the streets. But by the time they figured it out, it was already too late. Even they was killed or they was getting life in jail. And then once you take that out the neighborhood, you start seeing it like, oh snap. Like now it's a vacuum in the neighborhood. Ain't no more order. This person was holding all the order, but he was doing it in a street aspect. But little did people know it was his character that everybody messed with. If this dude would have said, yo, you know what? We all going to school tomorrow. The whole neighborhood would have followed that person to school. But because he said we going to the streets, that's where everybody went. And when the leader left, you leave a bunch of people that don't know what to do now. I don't know if I want to go to school. I don't know if I want to go to the streets. I don't know if I want to play basketball, football. They running recklessly. And once you take the order out the hood, that's it.
So now, when did you, so from your childhood, from your adolescence,
Yeah.
and you came out as an adult, or did you get locked up as an adult?
No, I never stopped.
You never stopped?
Yeah, I never stopped. I kept coming out and kept going. The juvenile, see, we was in something called Cash for Kids, and what they was doing with us in the 90s was they was using us like bargaining chips. They had something set up with these juvenile facilities that's all getting shut down now, and they all got lawsuits now. You would catch a petty case and the judge would send you, because they had it like a cap or quote, they had to send a certain amount. Yeah, I was a part of that, and everybody in my era was a part of that. You can catch a meatball case, a weed case. They sending you to Vision Quest for 9 months, or sending you to F somewhere over here for 6 months or 7 months. They all was getting paid top dollar to send kids to certain juvenile facilities. So it didn't matter what you violate probation, you going up for 9 months, 12 months. So it was so easy to come out, violate probation, and go right back.
And go right back.
Because
they already got you.
They already got you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what that was. And every time I went Reynolds, I had Reynolds my whole juvenile life. So every time he see me, I already knew what it was hitting for. You know what I mean? I ain't got to count nothing no more. He just like,
wow.
You feel what I'm saying? Send me back up. So it kind of gets you comfortable for the adult stage, because you become institutionalized without even knowing you institutionalized. It became so much, whereas though when they gave us home passes, we didn't even care if we made them or not, because we were so locked in the juvenile. I was like, you know what? I don't care if I go on. You know what I mean? And it set you up, you know, for the yeah, and that's exactly what it did. You know what I mean? Because by the time I got upstate, I was already mentally there before I even got there.
For it.
I was there already. You feel what I'm saying?
So for the young guys, right, and you say you upstate, right? You say young guys. Because I be asking myself, Meer, right? Like, nobody ain't talking to them. Like, they going up there, right? Or they getting locked up there 160 pounds. Right?
Yeah.
And they going up there with lifers, cats that been up there.
No, you got them. You got they talking to them. You got
talking to him.
Yeah, you got like real street talk that was up to Ford. You know, old head Sharif, and you had Ike and all of them, Shakur and all of them. They talking to him, but the thing about it is like, you know, a lot of the ones that they talking to, they booked up. They got a lot of time, and a lot of those guys is more focusing on trying to get a time back than necessarily like reaching back out to the youngins, like, yo, lead us along, lead that along. They more focused on trying to get a time back. You got to reach the ones that's out here. You got to talk to the ones already out here before they make it to you. Because most of the time, by the time they make it to you, it's too late already.
It's too late.
You feel what I'm saying? He make it to you, even though he 18, 19, he got 45 years with 20 to 40 behind that. You understand what I'm saying? His time already came and went. But his little brother right behind him, though. His little brother's 17. His little brother out here going crazy right now. So maybe if you could turn him and get him to talk to his little brother, you feel what I'm saying? Then you could do that. You know what I mean? But it's like trying to get them while they already up there, because it didn't work for us. Like, we already up here with y'all. We ain't scared of y'all no more now. We here already. You feel what I'm saying? We up here physically with y'all. I mean, we know y'all bigger than us, stronger than us, but mentally it's like, what you gonna do to him? I'm already in jail. I already got a life sentence. I already got 30 to 60. What can you really do to me besides kill me? You feel what I'm saying?
And you think that's the attitude that they have once they get up there?
Yeah, a lot of them, because it's like the psychology of it is they don't really hit them. You know, I've been to 3 different state jails, man. I've seen life as young and old, and each person, that life sentence, it hits you at different times of your life. Some people hit them early, the minute the judge give it to you. Others, it might not be the 5 or 10 years in they bid. I'm really never coming home. You understand what I'm saying? Hoping they catch a break. They can't really read and write, so they can't go in the law library and attack it. They got too much pride to ask for help. So they just coasting. They just upstate existing. They just, you understand, hoping something could break. You understand what I'm saying? They just existing. They know in the back of their mind, I know my life is over. But, you know, so they try to pick up something, the religion, right people on the streets or anything, just to try to take away from that reality setting in, because that status sheet tells you that you have a life sentence with the chance of no parole on your paper. It tells you that every time you go in that cell and you look at it, whether you still got it in your cell or not, your status sheets tells you that. It tells you life with no parole. You understand what I'm saying? So that part right there is just like, you know, and you're going to feel that when you go in there at night. When them cells close, you feel that. You feel, because there's a lot of people, if they put cameras in these cells, you would see a lot of these people is crying. And inside and out. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know what is really hitting for. That's why all the people that people idolize, why you think they're trying to fight to get back home? They don't want to die in jail. That's a myth. All the tough stuff.
All that stuff, right.
No, these dudes want to come home. All the biggest gangsters in the world, in America that you name, why you think they fight? Why you think they got campaigns? Free this person. If they don't want to die in jail, they are afraid to die in jail. If they was that gangster, they would just say, you know what? I'm going to suffer the consequences. I'm going to die here. You understand what I'm saying?
Do that.
I'm going to die, but they want to come home.
Yeah.
You feel? They want to come home. They want to die around their family. They want to die around their kids. They want to make some things right with people. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe they do got the real story to tell. Yo, you know what? That life, that wasn't it. I'm sorry I led y'all into that, but that really wasn't it, because this is all I got. Was a death sentence to die in here. This is all I got. I ain't get nothing else. I didn't get the rags, the riches, like everybody said. I know they show the movies and they show the stories, but that's not what y'all got, because in all reality, that's not the truth. How many black drug dealers that came home millionaires? How many of their families still living off of what they did in the 80s and the 90s? Not so many. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the other side. You know what I mean? That's all I be trying to show them, is like, yo, it's the other side of that, man.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
And we got that conflict too. And you just touched on that. Because they got the situation where Meech and 50, because Meech just came home, but Lil Meech was saying the only reason why he did that is because he ain't got it. Like you just mentioned, like, I ain't got it no more. Sure. So you break up a whole conflict and some more turmoil you now that you just came home to.
Because that in a situation like that Meech not understanding the music scene. It's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. You feel what I'm saying? And like the boy Charleston said, he allowed Ross to use him. But here's the thing, what he fella realizes, where only thing, because he his own man, so I don't care how he move, but the only thing about it is, you just went against a person that helped your son, not you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this dude put your son in position. He paid for your son to go to school. You understand what I'm saying? If anything you owed him was a phone call.
Right.
If anything, even if you was still going to do it as a man, bro, I know, because I'm pretty sure you heard the beef and all that. Hey, bro, listen, cuz want to give me some money, man. You understand what I'm saying? He want to take a picture of Blasey. Is you going to feel some kind of way? If anything, you don't, just a surprise joint and the whole 9 yards, like, that's wrong. So you feel what I'm saying? And you can see where that rubbed him at. Like, oh, hey, bro, like, I put your whole family back, and mainly your son. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so that hurt him. And his son bothered by it. He got to choose his dad, which is the right thing to do. But he hurt by it because the opportunity that he had with him was endless. Like, 50 got TV on Smash, and he's a good actor who can be a great actor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, that was just a sad situation all the way around the board. But I think on Big Meech's side, that was just a selfish move as far as on his son, because at the end of the day, the society already see you at what you at. You don't have nothing else to prove, but you can't get the time back. You was in jail your son whole life. Right. Can't get that time back. But a person who took and stepped in the shadows, who didn't have to do nothing for you or your son, he did that. He put your son through school. Meanwhile, the dude that you took a picture with, he ain't never give your son no opportunities. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't never do nothing for your son. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the side you chose. So what you showing the younger culture is like, choose money. Choose money over the principle. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? That's what you showing the younger dudes. Like, no, I'm a businessman. I'm a hustler. So choose money. That's what you choosing, versus a person who did this for your child. It was allow you to earn and allow your son to earn, and he don't got to go, because up until he was acting, Lil Meech probably ain't know who he was. He got to live in his daddy's shoes. His dad's shoes is too big to fill. You're not a street guy.
Right.
You understand? So everywhere you go, you're gonna be Big Meech's son. You just can't get past that. You know, now you able to chance to be Lil Meech the actor. You able to create a different identity, different from your dad. Now you able to create something that's yours.
Sure.
You feel me?
Mhm.
Now that your dad is home, you're back in his shadow. Everywhere you go to go be with somebody is you Lil Meech. You back to being Big Meech's son now. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the psychological messed up part within itself, because now you back to just being Big Meech's son.
And I think Meech did that without consulting his son either, because I think Little Meech actually had a lot of love for 50.
No, he did.
Like,
You can tell.
yeah.
All them dudes, you could tell with all of them actors, bro. It ain't no faking, like, with all of them. And I believe, and I mean, I hope and pray like 50 one day fix things with his son. But you can even see like 50 doing this with these boys is what he really want to do with his own child. You understand what I'm saying? But it's hard. That's a whole nother topic with the moms and stuff like that.
Right.
It's hard, but this is what he really want to do for him. Because if you think about it, it's not too many people in the industry that really pour into the younger generation like 50. 50 really, I seen something on The Baby where he was talking about Yo Gotti, Kanye. It's a lot of people that say 50 give him gems behind the scenes.
Behind
the scenes that just give him free stuff. You understand? So he feel like when somebody go against it, it's like it hurts him in a way. You understand what I'm saying? Because some people take that. Like I always tell a lot of my homies, like when you coming up in business, you get the J's and you get the dames, right? One gonna be the billionaire, the other person gonna be the dame. The respect, you don't lose one for the other. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the reason why I respect Dame is because I'm always tell people that it wouldn't be no Jay without him. It wouldn't be nothing. Dame is he was the visionary. He was the one that wanted to take all the risks. He was the one that said we gonna be our own bosses. We don't need them. Let's do it ourselves. We got the power. You need that to elevate. You need that person in your team to elevate. And I understand as you elevate, this is Jay. You start getting your ideas or whatever. You might outgrow that person. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Outgrowing your partner or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Because everybody have different ways of doing things.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But my thing is, like I tell people all the time, I never, especially being from Philly, I don't want us tearing us apart. Whereas though, and I hate when people go through it in Philly, we go somewhere else and we talk about Philly business. I hate that. That's like my biggest pet peeve. I hate to see it. I hate when people do it. Because it's like, yo, these people don't care. A lot of these people that left Philly don't care nothing about Philadelphia, bro. They don't care nothing about Philly. They only mess with y'all when it's something negative.
Right.
When you got something positive going on, they won't repost nothing. They won't put nothing up. They won't do nothing for you.
Oh.
But the minute me and you beefing, come on, bro, come get an interview.
Yeah. Crazy.
You understand? Come on, come get it. Tell me something that's going on in Philadelphia. Tell me something that's going on in Philadelphia.
We seen it. We just seen it.
You understand what I'm saying? Come on, bro. So it's just like, you know, man, and a lot of this stuff could be backdoor talk with phone conversations and all that, but a lot of younger and older is everybody holding on too much pride, man. Too much pride. Too much, man. And my goal is really just to push the city together. That's it. That's the main thing. Because I know everybody trying to get through the same door.
Right.
For real. You understand? Everybody trying to get through that same door.
Yeah.
You feel me? My whole thing about it is like, yo, I know we all trying to get through that same door. And we feel like people crowding and the whole 9 yards. And it's just like, but yo, I don't got shit on you to get there, bro.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And if he make it there first, if he don't reach back out, so what? So maybe he won't, but maybe this person behind will. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, no, I just try to be fair with everybody and treat people, you know, with the same respect. And I mean, and I know I take the good with the bad, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I take the good with the bad.
What's the difference you see right now with you growing up and how it is right now? What's the difference you see? Like one of the things you mentioned was we fought more, we ain't played with the guns. Besides that, what else difference you see between the two? Growing up, when you was growing up, and how it is right now with these young guys.
I would more say the accountability from older people. Our old heads took accountability and they paid attention more to what was going on in the neighborhood. Like if they found out